Welcome in, and thanks for joining us for the latest edition of the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Not a lot new to report from the courtrooms in the various cases against Alec Murdoch, but that doesn't mean there's not news. The realtors for Murdoch tell the Charleston Post and Courier there's a contract now on the Moselle estate where Maggie and Paul Murdoch were murdered more than 15 months ago. The realtor's not revealing any other details other than to say that the offer on the $3.9 million asking price for the 1,700-acre property with a 5,300 square foot 4-bedroom main house is fair. 80% of the property is in a floodplain and is often inundated with water. Some folks are likening the property to Nicole Brown Simpson's condo in California or the John Benet Ramsey home in Colorado, both of which have sold multiple times. Beaufort County getting closer to trying to tackle its affordable housing issues together with Hilton Head, Hardeeville, and Yemassee all joining a regional housing trust fund. Beaufort and Port Royal are expected to join along with Jasper and Beaufort counties. The trust would aim to build housing priced for families with yearly earnings near or below the median incomes of those various communities, which would contribute 3% of the money they got from the American Rescue Plan at the beginning. Then they would contribute based on a town's population. Hilton Head expects to have a comprehensive outline for its housing strategy by the 1st of November. Here's some good news for those of you moving into the fast-growing areas of New Riverside and Pritchardville. The Island Packet is reporting the town of Bluffton is planning on turning a significant part of the 37 acres around the Big Red Barn at that traffic circle in Bluffton into a new Riverside Barn Park, beginning with more than an acre planned for playground and equipment. Most of the park will still remain open space, with the old barn renovated as a meeting and event space. Last week, we told you that Beaufort County's high school students were performing better than the state average, but the other side of that is that we still had nearly half of our high school students failing the statewide U.S. history and Constitution tests. The 44% failure rate is 13% higher than it was before the pandemic. Those numbers are still better than the state average, but not by much. About 11% more of Beaufort County students also failed the biology exam than before the pandemic. At least the numbers for algebra and English are improving slightly. And we told you a few weeks ago that Governor McMaster pledged to do whatever it took to keep Pritchard's Island under the wing of University of South Carolina, despite a decade of neglect, and not to be given to the University of Georgia, that's the alternative, by its owners. USCB's Natural Sciences Department has now met with the Rhodes family and made an offer to revive research offerings on the island to the tune of over $1.25 million the first year. The 1,600-acre island's been almost untouched by development over all these years, and USCB plans to study the impacts of erosion and sea level rise and climate change on our barrier islands. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Yeah, we're going to talk sports a little bit later on in the show, but up next, Hilton Head Mayor John McCann with some interesting thoughts on growth on the island and projects to take care of it, and an update on the Highway 278 project. Stay with us.